Good morning, friends. Today we are doing 3 freezer breakfast meal items, I suppose we'll call them. I'm not really sure how to phrase that, but 3 meals that we're prepping for my friend's freezer. She just had a baby a week and a half ago, so we're making her breakfast burritos, breakfast biscuits, and breakfast sandwiches. The biscuits and the sandwiches are 2 recipes from Jenn Eats Good here on YouTube. I've never tried them, but she has a huge following and people really like her recipes, so I'm just risking it for the biscuit and hoping they turn out well today. The breakfast burritos are my own recipe. Well, recipe, we'll use the term lightly, but I just kind of threw stuff together one day and they actually ended up tasting very similar to the McDonald's breakfast burritos, which is very nostalgic to me because I just remember as a kid going there with my dad on our way to like do activities or whatever. So I personally love them, and if you like them too, or you just like a good breakfast burrito, I will have that recipe in the description. That recipe makes 14 burritos. I've got it down to a science at this point. And then the breakfast sandwiches make 8. I'm not sure how many the breakfast biscuits make. They're gonna be a cheddar and chive breakfast biscuit. I wanna say like, we'll guess 8 to 12 on that one. So what is that, 30 meals total for their freezer. Have a few hours to make everything, and then we're gonna let them cool completely before you wrap them in plastic wrap and then put them in like a gallon Ziploc bag. I need to go to the store right now to get everything else that we need. I have a lot of this stuff here. I have like the tortillas we're gonna use for the burritos. I get these from Costco. They're La Fresca maybe brand. Love these. Those are thawing out. Our breakfast sausage is thawed now, so I'm gonna toss that in the fridge before I go. And then I just need everything else for the other meals. And then yeah, I think that's all the talking I have to do. So if this sounds interesting to you, please follow along and we will get some good breakfast meals for the freezer. Okay, I'm back from the store and we're gonna get going on the breakfast burritos. I'm gonna make those on the Blackstone that we have out on our patio. And it's kind of loud out there because we have, well, you probably heard in the first clip, we have people doing some sort of renovation next door. We could be hearing that all day for all we know. And then we've also got the river out there. I'm just not sure how much you're gonna be able to hear of me out there. So I'm gonna prep everything in here and then we'll just move it all outside, and I'm thinking you'll just kind of see what I'm doing on the grill and hope that that works out. So for the burritos, I'm gonna do finely dice, as finely as I can. I mean, my chopping skills are not Michelin. They're somewhere in between, I would say, like Kendall Jenner chopping a cucumber and like a home chef. So they're not great, but I'm gonna do as good of a job as I can finely dicing a bell pepper and an onion. And one of our other recipes also requires an onion, so I'm just gonna do both at the same time and then separate one. I'm gonna put our pepper and onions in this. I'm gonna do our eggs in this with salt and pepper, heavily seasoned with salt and pepper. It's gonna look like a lot, but it is 12 eggs that we're doing, separated between 14 burritos, so it's not really that much if you think about it. I'm just gonna bring the sausage out like this, the cheese and the tomatillo salsa out like this. I think the secret ingredient to those burritos tasting like McDonald's breakfast burritos is unfortunately specifically the Kroger brand tomatillo salsa, but maybe your store brand tomatillo salsa will taste similar. I'm not really sure, but anyways, that does seem to be like the secret sauce for mine. And am I missing anything else? I don't think so. I've got the grill warming up outside, so I'm gonna prep and then we'll move outside. My cat is down here. He's asking to be sous chef. He likes to sit on a little bench next to the countertop and just observe, smell things. If there's cheese involved, he obviously has to have a taste. Here, I'll get you, bitch. Here. Come here. Watch out. What do you want? Oh, my eyeballs.
tease.
Okay, veggies are chopped. I'm gonna start cracking eggs. I need 12 eggs. And then season pretty generously with salt. And pepper. And then just whisk this all together. Okay, so peppers, eggs, just dunked my finger in it. Cheese, I think I have a little shredded cheese I'm gonna get through first. Yes, okay, so little tiny bit of Mexican shredded cheese I'm gonna get through and then get into that one to finish it off. And then I do have a few tortillas left, I'm not sure how many, maybe like 4 or 5. And it's Fresca, not La Fresca, but that's the brand we get at Costco and they are so good. Get our sausage, tomatillo salsa. Is that everything? Yeah? Oh, spatch. Oh, oil. When I cook these inside before we got the black zone, I usually just cook the sausage up and then toss the onion and pepper in the same, like, take the sausage out, put the onion and pepper in that same pan without cleaning out the grease, and that's our grease to cook the onions in. But on the black zone, you'll see I'm going to put the sausage down, get that cooking, and then right next to it, the peppers and onions, so I won't have the luxury of being able to use the sausage grease as my oil for the peppers. So anyways, okay. Ooh, Lord, give me strength. Bubba's, you're gonna have to move. Get down. Please get down. Get down. Go, go, go. Go, go. You are such a good listener. Go. Move. Okay, so we're back from the grill. We've got our mix all together. We've got cheese, peppers, onions, sausage, egg, and tomatillo salsa. Our 14 tortillas. I threw on a snacking tortilla for myself. I love a freshly cooked tortilla. So I'm just gonna sit here, zone out for a little bit, roll them up. I do 3 scoops. I told you I had this down to a science. 3 little, I think this is a melon baller scoop. So it's not, I bought one of these bigger ones today at the store for the biscuits, but for this I like to use 3 of the smaller ones just so I can kind of lay them out, and then I roll them up. So anyways, I'm just gonna roll my 14 burritos, let them cool there, and then we'll get started on, I think, the breakfast sandwiches, because the egg takes like 30 to 35 minutes to bake. So I'll throw that in the oven and then I can start making the biscuits. Anyways, again, more than you needed to know. I'm just thinking out loud here. They do come out to be kind of small. I mean, I have relatively small hands and they're like a little bit bigger than my palm, but it's good for just like a quick little sneaky breakfast. It's not like a Qdoba breakfast burrito. I have so much filling left, like enough for 1, 2, 3, 2 more burritos. After I was just bragging about being a scientist. Well, that's so funny because last time I made 12 and I had enough for 2 more burritos, so I made 14, and now I need 16. So anyways, I'm gonna, I think I'm just gonna turn the grill back on, do 2 more tortillas. Okay, so got the last 2 rolled up. I'm just gonna toss all now 16 of our breakfast burritos in the freezer to help them just like cool down so I can wrap them and bag them. And then we'll get started back in here on the next recipe, which is gonna be those egg sandwiches, to get those in the oven to bake for 30 minutes. We're gonna move on to the egg breakfast sandwiches. So I'm reading off my computer here because I'm actually filming on my phone. So we're blending eggs, cottage cheese, salt, pepper, garlic powder. I think that's everything. Yes, until completely smooth. In the Vitamix, I'm doing my Vitamix. I think my Vitamix is like a dud. I don't know. I don't really like it. I never reach for it. I use my NutriBullet like 90% of the time, but a dozen eggs and a whole canister of cottage cheese I don't think will fit in my NutriBullet, so I'm going with Vitamix. Doing this in a white t-shirt was maybe not the move, I'm just realizing, but so far so good, although I did almost just get got by that egg. Okay, so all 16 ounces of the cottage cheese goes in there. Oh, I'm supposed to preheat the oven 300, huh. That's probably why it takes them 30 minutes to cook. Okay, 300 degrees. I'm not doing an added meat to this sandwich, but she's getting the extra protein from the cottage cheese, which I actually like because the breakfast burritos obviously have breakfast sausage and the biscuits have ground turkey in them. So I just wanted her to have like one option that didn't have meat. Okay, half a teaspoon of salt, half teaspoon garlic powder. Okay, so half teaspoon of everything. Blend on high until smooth, about 1 minute. Okay, here goes nothing. Ugh. Oh god, it's so loud. Actually looking pretty smooth already. I'm gonna call that a day. Okay, and then it's, oh. Grease or line a 9x12 baking dish. Hope this keeps it down. Oh my god. Whatever. It is what it is. Ooh, it's like frothy. We're definitely gonna have some leakage out the side where it ripped over here, but that's okay. most of it will be nonstick from the parchment. It says, I think, 4 cups of chopped spinach. Yeah. I just have this box that I'm guesstimating is 4 cups, so we're just gonna go with that. I can't say I've ever chopped spinach before. I'm not really sure an efficient way to do that, but especially finely chopped spinach. Oh, maybe if I had got not baby spinach, like the spinach that's kind of in a bunch, like adult spinach. Whatever. We're here now. Okay. Just very carefully. Like, I feel like I should have mixed this together before pouring the egg mixture in this. This just seems really, I don't know, inefficient. Like, if I had greased this and then had to stir all this in, like, all the grease would just be mixed in with the egg. I don't know. What do I know? That is a lot of spinach, my goodness. Bake until the eggs are cooked through the toothpick, about 30 to 35 minutes. So this recipe makes 8 breakfast sandwiches, so I'm just gonna kind of prep those while those are in the oven. I'm gonna set them in here, prepped, and then when that is done baking, I'll just pull them out, assemble them, let them cool, and wrap them from there. So I'm just gonna prep these really quick and then get started on, that's not my bread knife, get started on the biscuits. You top it with the cheese? I'm gonna put the tops up, sprinkle it with cheese, put the egg patty on it. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I think all the cheese in this recipe is a topping, so I'm just gonna spread it evenly between these 8, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, yes. Oh my god. Really? Wow. Let's start lifting weight. Oh yeah, strongest woman in the world. Okay, back. Oh, did you hear a cheese bag open? See if you like a cheddar cheese, huh? Yeah, just a minute. I'll put it there. You decide if you want to eat it. I don't know if you can like smell the anti-caking agents in shredded cheese, because he always like hesitates on a shredded cheese for some reason. He doesn't like Colby Jack. We found that out yesterday, day before. So funny. So much cheese as I keep putting more on. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's the ratio it needs to be delicious. Maybe that's what has to counteract the pound of spinach we put in each bite, huh? That's it. You don't like it? Alright. Good try. Okay, so we have our little halves ready to go. I'm just going to plop the squared up egg bites on each of those. As they come out, I'm going to wash up really quick, reset, and then we'll get started on the biscuits. Okay, so we've got about 13 minutes left on the eggs in the oven before I check them to see if they're done. And then I'm going to start assembling, or cooking, I guess. I got to cook the onions. These are the finely chopped onions from earlier. and the ground chicken. This is the best I can get for ground chicken at my grocery store, so that's what we got. Brown them both, and then I'm gonna assemble everything in this bowl to actually make a biscuit. So let's just see how this turns out. I'm gonna move you guys closer so you can see what's going on in the pan, if that's helpful. Let's get started. Okay, my pan is quite hot. These cast irons just get so smoking hot. Oh! Oh! Okay, so these are looking pretty translucent to me, so I'm just going to clear them out to the side, add in our chicken to start browning up. Not a lot of room, I probably should have used a bigger pan, but here we are. Ever used ground chicken before, to be honest. Okay, I just pulled you guys back out because we only have a couple minutes left on the eggs, and I feel like we've all seen ground meat being brown, so you didn't necessarily need a close-up to that, especially because chicken looks a little funky doodle dandy, so well, let's give me the heebie-jeebies. Okay, I'm gonna mix together the rest of our dough in here while I have a little bit of time to do it, and then we'll see how the eggs are doing when that timer goes off. So for this one, we need 6 eggs. Oh, not done at all. That is very liquid. Like 300 degrees? I'm gonna double check that because that just seems so low. I feel like I'll be cooking it for an hour. 300. I'm hoping it doesn't take an hour because we have to bake these too. Fun. A cup of the cheese. I don't know why I'm doing it like that. Cup of cheese. A 1/3 cup of chives. I think I'm just gonna cut them. Okay, I think I'm done making a career out of this. So I got almost a 1/3 of a cup, so I'm just gonna dump that in. 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper and sage, so I'm just gonna throw those in. And that goes into the meat and onion mixture. And then 2 teaspoons of salt and garlic powder. I'm gonna get these in before I check the eggs, because I'm pretty positive they're not done yet. I don't really love the idea of putting the seasoning on after the meat is already cooked, but going with it. Cool. Gonna pull this off the heat to cool for a little bit before we add it to the eggs so they don't just scramble right away. Oh, let's check our eggs in the oven. Like, so liquid. Give it a little flip, 10 more minutes. Oh. Okay, so eggs are finally cooked. I think it was 55 minutes total. I probably could have done a couple minutes less because it's like very done now, which is kind of annoying, but I'm just gonna actually set these to the side and then get the biscuits together because those still need to bake. So I'm gonna get those in the oven and then assemble the sandwiches. So let me just see what we need the oven preheated to. 400 for the biscuits. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. It's so heavy. I mean, it smells pretty good. Okay, so this is, I don't know if you can see that, kind of what we're working with right now. And then I'm gonna add in, I think, the flour, baking powder. Is that it? Yes. Okay, so I need a 1/3 cup of coconut flour. Chunky. And I think the purpose of she said you can swap the flours for just an all-purpose, but my friends try to be really healthy, so this has like more protein, more fiber than just an all-purpose flour, so I'm just going with this. Yes, 1.5 cups of almond flour. I'm just using a 1/2 cup, so I'll just do 3 of these. Baking soda, 2 teaspoons, or baking powder, sorry, not baking soda. So now this is kind of what we're working with, which looks, I think that looks right from what I've seen from her videos. We didn't get a large enough cookie scoop. This is gonna be a lot more than, like, I have enough for double that basically. Really? Okay, maybe I will double it, I don't know. Okay, I have a little bit left over, but I'm not gonna force the rest of the cheese on these like I did with the sandwiches, because that, I don't know, I just don't want to. 13 to 16 minutes. Okay, so now I'm gonna cut our little egg bake into 8 squares and assemble those little sandwiches. So much spinach. Okay, the sizing's pretty good. I was afraid they'd be a little too rectangular, but I think that's good. Okay, happy with that. Okay, so it's not like overcooked in here, which is nice. So when she goes to microwave them again, it's cooked, but when she goes to microwave them again, it's not gonna be like crispy, overcooked, you know? Look at all my egg left over in the pan. Dang it. Alright, well, don't use ripped parchment paper because that defeats the whole purpose. Okay, so these are our little, put them right side up, our little egg and spinach and cheese breakfast sandwiches. I almost said burritos. That worked out really well, I think. I hope they taste good. I obviously can't taste test one because there's only exactly 8 and I don't want to test an entire sandwich I'll ask her what she thinks of it when she actually gets around to eating it. So those are done. Our biscuits have like 5 minutes left, 5.5 minutes left until they're done baking, and then we're officially done cooking, and we just have to let everything cool, and then we'll wrap them in plastic wrap, bag them up, and freeze them. So we're getting there. I'm not sure what these are supposed to feel like. Do they set up more? It's got bounce to it, but there's also cheese and chicken in there. Like, I think it's good. It's not like crumbling. I think it's good. Okay, I've said that 4 times. I'm calling it good. And then again, she's gonna reheat it, so it'll, if it needs it, it'll cook in that process too, I'm assuming. So I'm calling it good though. I'm gonna take those off. I think they look good. They smell good. Let's see. Got a little fall off. That might just be a piece of chicken or cheese. That was just a piece of cheese. Hard to say, but it's kind of like a, yeah, it's kind of just like a biscuit that's flavored like chicken. It's a breakfast biscuit. I don't know. I feel like with some hot sauce, or I would probably put honey on that, warmed up. I've just never tried anything like that, so it seems very foreign to me, but anyways, I'm hoping she likes them. That's all that matters. But I pulled the burritos out of the freezer. They're cold, like refrigerated cold, so they're ready to wrap in plastic wrap and then get bagged up. So I'm gonna do that and then let those cool. We're cooling and wrapping, so that's what's happening now. My Costco plastic wrap is like my most favorite thing ever. It just, like, I just feel like I work in a bakery or something. I just love it. Just zip it off. Okay, so I have a gallon bag. I'm gonna put those in, and I'm just gonna, I think, write the reheat instructions on this. Okay, so just so you guys know, if you decide to make these, if they're thawed out, I like to cook them in the microwave for like anywhere from 30 to 45 seconds, depending on your strength of the microwave. It used to take 30 seconds, flip 30 seconds in our old microwave, but my dad got us a new microwave. So now it only takes like 30 to 35 seconds in our microwave. So it just depends on the strength of your microwave. And then if they're frozen, I would do, like, again, depending on the strength of your microwave, 40 to 45 seconds on the first side, flip it over, do another 30 to 40 seconds. We're just gonna bag these up and we'll have one completely done. Put Tetris in here because they're all a little bit different sized. Oh, I might need 2 bags. These are still a little bit warm, so I'm gonna let them cool off a little bit, but that's what they're looking like. They look good. They smell good. The little tiny bite I had tasted good, so I'm hoping walks like a duck, quacks like a duck. It's gonna taste good, so we'll just see. Okay, so we just pulled the sandwiches out of the freezer. They're completely cooled now. So I'm gonna swap these over here. And then put the biscuits on this, put the biscuits outside. We're cooling and wrapping, so. extra just in case. Put it kind of in the middle maybe. Wrap it, wrap it, wrap it. Oh yeah, perfect. Look at that little bundle of joy. Okay. Okay, then I already marked or wrote down like what they are, the date that we made them, and then how to reheat from thawed and frozen. Let's just take a look at our bounty, shall we? Now that we have it all bagged and ready to go. We have 16 breakfast burritos, 8 breakfast sandwiches, and what was it, 12 breakfast biscuits? So they have 8, 12 is 20, 16 is 36. 36 breakfast items. This is gonna be really good. It took obviously a lot longer than I was anticipating. I mean, my husband came home from work and we just chatted for a minute, but still, like, this took much longer than I thought it was going to. Like, I make meal preps with 100 different things in less time than this, but I think just the 2 new recipes threw me off because I was just rereading them, and just doing something new takes longer. So the more you do something, the faster you get at it. Obviously, I think that just kind of threw a wrench in it, but that's okay. They have a bunch of breakfast and that's all that matters. So thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Let me know if you try any of these recipes and what you think of them in the comments, especially if you try the breakfast burritos. They're my hyperfixation and I love them. They're my babies. So let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.